All Quiet on the Western Front is a significant book in history for its anti-war message. This is a book that was banned during Hitler's reign in Nazi Germany as he was trying to instill nationalism and trying to glorify war. This book definitely is critical of war, critical of nationalism. It's supposed to be based on World War I. The author, he was a World War I veteran. Let's go ahead and watch this clip and then I'll explain some of the context of it and a little bit more about the book.
You know I can't run away. That's why you accuse me. I tell you, I didn't want to kill you. Tried to keep you alive.
If you jumped in here again, I wouldn't do it. You see, when you jumped in here, you were my enemy, and I was afraid of you.
But you're just a man like me, and I killed you. Forgive me, comrade. Say that for me. Say you forgive me. Oh, no, you're dead.
Only you're better off than I am. You're through. They can't do any more to you now.
Oh, God, why did they do this to us? We only wanted to live, you and I. Why should they send us out to fight each other? If we threw away these rifles and these uniforms, you could be my brother, just like Cat and Albert.
You'll have to forgive me, comrade.
I'll do all I can. I'll write to your parents. I'll write to... to your wife. I'll write to her. I promise she'll not want for anything. And I'll help her, and your parents too. Only forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me.
So that scene specifically that we just watched in the book, there is a soldier that falls into his hole, and the other soldier is French and he's German. And he gets scared and he stabs the soldier. And then he's basically in this hole with the soldier as the soldier's dying. And he starts feeling really guilty. And then as the soldier's dying, he, as it shows, reaches in and sees pictures of his family. And he just realizes that this is another person just like him. And he just feels incredibly guilty for it. And so one of the main messages in this book is that usually the people that go out and fight the wars, they're young, poor people. It's not the politicians' kids. It's not the wealthiest people's kids. It is mainly the working class and it's poor people. They're the ones whose lives and their families are ruined from it. And oftentimes you have politicians benefiting from war. You have weapons manufacturers, business people benefiting from war. And this is a pattern that, even though this book was written right after World War I, it's a pattern that we've seen with the Vietnam War, with the Iraq War. We've seen that it's a very specific group that benefits. Dick Cheney, for example, he had been up high in Halliburton. Halliburton was getting all of these big contracts with the Iraq War. So that's a common pattern that played out. It wasn't Dick Cheney's and George Bush's kids that were grandkids that are out there fighting in Iraq. It's just random everyday people that are trying to pay for their college and that are desperate for money, that are out there fighting and out there killing each other. And so understand this type of book and these types of messages, they're good for young people to still learn because it will make people less hesitant to go to war. People fall for propaganda really easily. So if all of these news outlets start kind of beating the war drums and glorifying war, making it seem like it's necessary, which even outlets like CNN and MSNBC were supportive of the war. If all these media companies were doing that and people aren't aware of these types of messages, if they haven't really internalized them and just realized how bad war is, It will make people more supporting of those politicians. It will make people more supporting of those policies. You had people that were confused, thinking that 9/11 had to do with Saddam Hussein, even though there wasn't really a connection there. So understand this book is as relevant now as ever. Great message from this book, and is one that should be read far and wide. One of my favorite books that I've read.